Good morning. I'm Sarah Pearson in the News 2 Alert Center with your morning pulse. A unique wildfire alert has been issued across much of Nebraska as fire danger grips the region. A combination of strong winds, single-digit humidity levels, and widespread drought conditions is creating dangerous circumstances for farmers and ranchers managing operations. Experts warn that even small ignition sources can quickly spiral into dangerous situations.
Well, carrying a fire extinguisher with you in a pickup or your UTV, I think is a good thing. And carry some shovels with you. And if you can spray it and use your shovels to get it out, have a plan how you're going to evacuate the cattle or the livestock out of there, the people out of there. Tell the people first, then get the livestock out. A lot of times you can move them out of the way, hopefully, if you have enough time. But sometimes we've had it go so fast, people haven't had just barely got out themselves.
We will have a full forecast in just a moment. And two longtime Lincoln County education administrators have announced significant career transitions. Hershey Public Schools announcing this week that Jordan Cudney has been selected to serve as the next 9 through 12 principal at Waverly Public Schools effective with the 26-27 school year. Additionally, Bernie Madison, assistant 7 through 12 principal and activities director, will retire at the conclusion of the current school year. Happening today in the legislature, state lawmakers will be hearing arguments on a bill that tackles when ICE agents are allowed to enter Nebraska schools. Under LB 1034, school staff would not be allowed to let federal immigration enforcement officers inside our state's schools without a judicial warrant. It was introduced by Senator George Dungan of District 26. The debate is happening in the Capitol at 1:30 this afternoon. We will have more tonight at 6 and 10. Nebraska men's basketball is back in action tonight on the road against Iowa, and for Price Sanford, it will be familiar territory. Sanford spent two seasons with the Hawkeyes before transferring to Nebraska. In Saturday's game against Northwestern, Sanford notched 6 three-pointers. He is just one shy of tying the single-season school record set during the 2001-2002 season. Now he can break that record against his former team.
Certainly there will be emotions. He had 2 really good years at Iowa, and I'm sure a lot of things will be going through his mind, but once that ball goes up, all that stuff will go out the window, and it's all about going out and doing the things that have made him one of the top players in our league to this point in the season.
Nebraska will be looking for its 7th Big Ten road win of the season against Iowa. The Huskers haven't won more than 5 since joining the Big Six Conference in 1928. Tonight's game tips off at 8 p.m. and can be seen on the Big Ten Network.
Well, hi, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Tuesday morning. It is a busy day ahead across much of the area here, so let's just get right down to business. We want to start off here with our red flag warning that's in place for today. Red flag warning for pretty much everybody within the sound of my voice in the KNOP and KSMB viewing areas. Only places that aren't included are in the extreme eastern and northeast portions of Nebraska. This will start at noon today and continue until 8 o'clock this evening. As you see there, I have highlighted an area in western and southwest Nebraska with dash marks. Why is that? This isn't your run-of-the-mill red flag warning type day. There's a little more enhancement with that threat for today here. I want to take you to the Storm Prediction Center's website for today. And you see there's a highlight there and something that is extremely rare, and that's that pink shading right there. Storm Prediction Center, normally we look to them for the severe weather threats. Well, they also put out a fire threat every day too. And they have highlighted pretty much all of our area in some kind of a threat. You've got the enhanced risk in orange, which is kind of your run-of-the-mill red flag warning type day. They've put the critical threat in red, which includes central Nebraska. But then you've got that extreme threat in pink, southwest and west central Nebraska into northwest Kansas and eastern Colorado, northeast Colorado. This is an area where words like extreme, rapid development, erratic behavior, those are the type of words that are being used to describe the threat for fires today. And so, again, I really want to emphasize that this is kind of not your run-of-the-mill severe weather type day today across much of the area. So again, that's why I've put that area out west, North Platte, McCook, or Imperial, Ogallala, under that dashed line area. Again, it just takes one spark. This is a day to be extremely careful out there when it comes to the fire threat, because fires could easily grow large and become out of control. I know a lot of the local fire departments are already raring to go today on a day like today, where it's expected that there are probably going to be wildfires across the area here. Let's take a look at Futurecast, and again, watch how the winds start to crank up out of the south. And look out west, especially in particular here. Look at those southwest winds. This is very warm and dry air right in here. And look at those winds blowing. They could be gusting over 50 miles per hour in here. This will continue right into the afternoon hour. So this is the noon hour. The conditions get worse into the afternoon as those winds turn westerly. Very dry, very warm, dry conditions out there. High fire threat. The rain's not even going to help much. It's going to be sprinkles of very light rain. There may be a little bit of thunder and lightning with that as too, especially in eastern Nebraska. So maybe a little lightning and thunder, a little convection there. That will clear on out later on tonight. Want to take you back to another graphic here real quick, and that is so we're going to switch back over to that other computer real quick, and I want to show you what we have when it comes to that, to our relative humidity here. So that takes me to this one right here. And again, this is what we are looking at as we go through the day today. This is 6 o'clock this morning. This is a forecast model. Look at the browns there. That's your number for relative humidity. There are going to be some places in that deep brown color below 10% relative humidity. This is 6 p.m. So again, we'll go back here. There's 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7. So extremely dry conditions rushing across the state. I'm even concerned that there may be a couple of lightning-induced wildfires potentially in eastern Nebraska. That's something also to watch for. So again, there's just a lot going on with that threat of wildfires all across the state, but again, in particular out towards the west. Now, for your Wednesday, we're going to get back into our Futurecast. For your Wednesday, a lot more sunshine, but later in the day, some clouds. Still somewhat of an enhanced threat of severe weather out there or not severe weather, fires for tomorrow. It's going to be cooler, but still mild out there, but we're going to get a shot of cold air that's going to start to move in Wednesday night. And along with that, here comes the moisture. A little rain possible in the evening, but then snow as we head towards Thursday. Now, I will tell you right now that our in-house forecast model might be going a little too far south for my taste, but it does show a decent snow coming with some wind too. So a little bit of blowing snow late Wednesday night into Thursday here. Again, from what I'm seeing right here, this is probably a little too far south. Let's back this up a little bit here. I'm really looking at areas near and north of Interstate 80 with the best chance of snowfall here and accumulating snow with this as well. So I decided to go with the forecast model. And again, we're going to get into a lot more details of this tomorrow once we get beyond today's threat of fires and those record highs. But again, this is the model I've gone with that I agree with a little bit more. It's really the northern half of the area with the best chance of picking up what could be several inches of snowfall out of this system, plus some blowing snow. This is good, though. We need the moisture. As we all know, after a day like today, we're going to need the moisture here. So hopefully we can get some of that here, but it does look like there is the chance for maybe a few spots to pick up upwards of 2, 4, maybe as much as 6 or so inches of snowfall. Some models are pouring out more than 6 inches of snow. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on Thursday, but we'll put a lot more focus in this tomorrow as we get a little bit closer. Here's your record highs for today. I don't think we'll be setting records today for places like Imperial, North Platte, or Valentine westward. But everywhere to the east of that has a chance to tie or break records. Maybe not down here in the Kansas side of things, but all these other locations, McCook, Broken Bow, Tri-Cities, have a chance to tie or break records. My forecast highs for today well into the 70s. But then as you go to the west, a little cooler with that front coming through there first. Temperatures topping out in the 60s, even some 50s way, way out west. Tonight down into the 20s, 30s, and lower 40s for lows. Tomorrow temperatures are going to be cooler but still mild, 50s and 60s, but get ready because it's about to get a whole lot colder towards the end of the week. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, teens, 20s, and lower 30s, cold enough for snow. And then as we look ahead to your Thursday for highs, only in the 20s and 30s. So again, definitely going to be looking at that chance of some snow. Not much rain in the forecast with the colder temperatures out there. It's going to be mostly a snow event. And then look at this Thursday night as that system clears out Thursday night into Friday morning. Single digits and teens. That's not even including wind chills. It's going to be a very cold night out there heading into Friday morning. After what we're going through today, it's going to be a shock to the system. Friday's still going to be chilly, upper 20s, 30s, and lower 40s. And now today, but still very warm. Cooler, but still very mild tomorrow. Then here comes the snow late Wednesday night into Thursday. Possibly some accumulation there. Down the road, well, Friday night into Saturday morning, a slight chance of snow. Temperatures do start to recover a little bit over the weekend. It warms up a little bit more on Monday and beyond. So we will be looking at those milder temperatures making their return as we get into next week, the final week of February. In fact, as you look at the climate prediction, sends eastward. Everybody has that threat today of wildfires, but use extreme caution when it comes to things like sparks and cigarettes and all those things. You don't want to start a fire on a day like today. It is going to be an extremely dangerous situation. All right, thank you all for watching. I will talk to you all again on Wednesday. Take care and God bless. Bye.